This is the plaintiff, Barbara Mack. She says the defendant, her daughter, who she shared an apartment with, up and left her in the middle of the lease, leaving her high and dry, unable to afford the full rent. She can't believe her own daughter would do this to her mama. Owes her for back rent and owes her for a loan she made to her, too. So she's suing for $3,800, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Desherika Smith. She says her mother owes her for food and bills she paid for while she was living there and definitely does not owe her any money for rent. She can't believe her own mother would now turn around and sue her and feels she's being very petty. Bottom line, they're more than even. She owes nothing and thinks the judge will agree. She's accused of upsetting her mother.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigant has been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas. Barbara Mack?
Hi.
You are suing your daughter, Desherika Smith, for $3,800 in rent and loans that she has not paid you, correct?
Correct.
All right. Your daughter moved in with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were already living there?
Yes, ma'am.
How much was the rent before she moved in? How much were you paying in rent?
$1,300.
Okay. Why did your daughter move in with you?
She didn't have nowhere else to go, I guess, her and her girlfriend.
Oh, her and her girlfriend. Okay. So the two of them moved in with you and lived with you how long?
About a year.
All right. And was your daughter's name ever on the lease?
Yes, I have a copy of it right here.
Was your name on the lease?
Yes.
Okay. And how much were you paying in rent and how much was she paying in rent?
I was paying $650 and she was paying $650.
All right. Why did your daughter end up leaving?
I really don't know. I just happened one day, I was gone with my other daughter. When I come back, she was gone.
Did you have a fight?
No.
Did you talk to her and say, hey, where'd you go?
I've talked to her from distance, but I never asked her. Maybe I'll find out now.
Why'd you leave?
I actually left because she was being too much, as far as like with my girlfriend, starting fights or whatever, picking petty arguments. So I just started to save my money to
Did you ever
move
tell
on.
her that you were going to leave?
No.
You just left?
Yeah.
And you're on the lease?
I mean, she's a hard person to talk to.
Listen, I don't have a problem with you leaving, but what do you suspect is going to happen with the rent issue? Because I realized she was paying all that rent before you, but then you were there a whole year helping out with the rent. You would pay $650. Did your girlfriend pay too or no?
No, she was actually just my company, so she'll come, but she
Well, your
didn't
company
stay.
for how long? For a year or no?
I mean, long as we dated, she'll come over here and there, but she didn't
Oh, okay,
stay
she
there.
didn't actually live there.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, when you're going to, imagine, if you will, a moment, if instead of your mother, it was a roommate. Do you think that maybe you owe your roommate an explanation if you're leaving rather than just leaving?
Not if you've done little things around the house.
Little
I mean,
things?
Yeah.
You don't need to say, hey, I just want to let you know that I am going to be leaving and you're going to have to come up with another $650. You don't think that's required of you, of common decency?
She was paying rent before I moved there. She had been staying there.
She was counting on you this, and you're on the lease. So she's counting on you this time until the end of the lease, which is another 4 months, right?
Correct.
Did you end up breaking the lease earlier?
Yes, a month earlier. I left in August.
Let me see the lease. All right, so you gave her no notice because she's your mother. You probably give a stranger notice, but not your mother. And then what happened? Did you two talk to each other?
Just here and there, but not much.
Well, did you have a good relationship before this?
Pretty much, I can say. I mean, besides...
You don't think this is odd? Because the rest of us listening to you think it's odd. That you just get up and leave and that neither one of you speak to each other after that.
We were speaking, just not on a regular basis. I mean,
Okay,
we're not
so
up
did
under
you
the
ever
same-
explain to her, I left because of X? Did you ever say anything to her?
No, she never asked. I mean...
She never asked. Okay.
And
So
not only that, she borrowed my money, too.
Tell me about her borrowing your money.
Well, I thought I left it at home, but here's the paper she signed agreeing to pay me
What did you loan her money for?
for a recording studio equipment.
How much?
$1,200. She's into music.
Okay.
And I told her she had to pay me in 6 months. I needed my money.
Right.
And she agreed, and I just went through these papers, and I found the paper where she signed
Did you borrow $1,200 for music for recording studio kind of equipment?
Yes.
Have you paid that back?
No, she got in an argument with my girlfriend and told me
Okay,
don't
listen,
worry about
seriously,
it.
I don't know why you think that every argument with your girlfriend means $3,800 for you, but I don't. Why would you think that? She may be the worst person in the world and the most horrible person to live with and totally disrespectful to your girlfriend. You then can do certain things like not have your girlfriend around her, maybe not even you be around her because you don't appreciate her doing that. But how does that mean you don't have to pay for things you're supposed to pay for?
She got in an argument with me and my girlfriend, and she said, "Don't worry about it." So that's what I did.
Oh, that's what I always do. When I'm arguing with somebody, I tell them, you know what? Let me give you a $1,200 gift. Did you ever tell her she didn't have to pay the $1,200?
No. Why would I?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. My question is very simple. If you had a daughter, would you sue her if she screwed you over with money?
Definitely not.
Because?
She's my daughter.
Get it, but she's not respecting you by saying, I'm not going to pay you money that I know I owe you.
But family is family, and you don't do that to family.
Do you not become a sitting duck for a relative if you just say, yeah, I'm never going to sue you, so you can just walk all over me?
I would say, yeah, that's...
Would you sue your daughter?
No, I will not sue my daughter.
Oh, but you hesitated for a
A
second.
little bit, yes, because, you know...
For $500?
No, definitely not.
$1,000? $5,000?
Maybe.
10? 20?
Okay, yes, for sure.
Going inside the courtroom.
If I'm arguing with you, I'm mad at you and I want my $1,200 now.
Really?
I mean, I'm 23 years old. Don't worry about it. Mean, don't worry about it. Like, I'm not gonna. Don't worry about it. Just get out my face. I mean,
But
if I
she
tell
didn't
somebody-
throw you out.
I sure
No,
did.
if I tell somebody don't worry about it, that means you don't have to come pay. Don't worry. Just don't be in my lane. Just don't be nowhere around
That's
me.
what she thinks.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah.
That's kind of convenient.
But at the end of the day, she's still my daughter, but don't do mommy like this.
No, don't do mommy like this. Mommy's got a point, I gotta tell you. All right, she's on the lease. Okay, this. Did you make any payments towards the $1,200?
No, I bought her grandkids shoes. And
Okay, tell me what your defense is, because you brought her grandkids shoes.
yeah, I mean, her grandson's birthday was coming up. She was stressing out, you know, she wanted to do this, she wanted to do this. I mean, because I have a girlfriend, I'm not giving her no grandkids. My sister gave her some. She wanted to do it. I
First
went
of
and
all,
bought
just
the
so
shoes.
you, well, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, I went and bought the shoes and stuff and brought it. Hey, you know, Mom, you can tell your grandkids these yours. I didn't ask to be an auntie. She wanted to be a grandmother. So, I mean, those
I
her
don't know what you're
priorities.
saying. You bought gifts for her to give her grandkids from
Yes.
her? You
Yes.
mean, is that what you mean?
Yes,
Really?
Instead of from you?
exactly. She wanted to give them something. I didn't mind not giving them anything.
So did the two of you give the gift?
No.
Just she gave the gift?
Yeah.
Okay. And you think that excuses a $1,200 loan and a $2,600 rental debt?
I mean, it should be more lenient towards it.
How can you figure that?
Like, what do you want to sit here actually and do a list where we put everything she's done for you and everything you've done for her to see if it evens up? I don't know. Maybe it will. I have no idea.
How old did she say she was? And how many years did I have to take care of?
Well, you know, she didn't ask to be brought here. You brought her here.
Sure
But,
did.
As I tell my children, I brought you here and I can take you out.
You sure did.
All right. So this lease went on until when? Because I'm still trying to September. No, it ends on September 1st.
Right.
So you must, if you left a month early, this ends
In September.
on September 1st. So you didn't leave at the end of August. You left then at the end of July. If you left a month early, you left
No,
July 3rd.
I didn't leave them 1 early.
If you left August 30th, then that's when this ended. It ended
Oh, okay.
September
Well,
1st.
that's- I
you see what I'm
left
saying?
sometime. Okay.
So you acknowledge that you didn't pay May, June, July, or August,
Or
correct?
August, yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. And you say that you left at the end of August, but that's the end of the lease. Did you leave a month before the lease ends?
No, I left at the end of the lease. I told the rent man I wasn't going to be able to pay him for September.
But
And
you didn't have to pay him for September.
I know. I was going to renew my lease. Thinking she was, you know, but
All right.
since she did
Miss
what
Smith, I don't know what your defense is. I don't know whether it's I bought a pair of sneakers for my nephew. I didn't ask to be an aunt, and she was able to say they were from her. So therefore, I don't know. Those are some expensive sneakers, okay? Because
Oh
we're
my
talking about
God.
$3,800, $2,600 in rent, and $1,200 for a loan that you didn't pay a penny on. All right? Pay your mother $3,800. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
The defendant's on the way out here. Come on in after the ruling in this case. What are your comment on this thing here at this point?
I just hope my mother find peace and happiness now that she have her money that she wish she really get. I mean, I still feel I don't owe her anything because of the things I did for her.
How about what she's done for you, stepping up and everything?
I want to thank her for that. I mean,
She's your mom, right? How many moms do you have?
one.
Do you love your mom?
Yes.
Okay. You stood in the courtroom poker face the whole time, you know? Like
Because I'm really shocked she would really bring me here. I mean, but she won. Let it be peace. I mean, hopefully we'll start a new relationship after this.
Okay. All right. Right down this way. Fellow Officer McIntosh, please. All right, so you step in here and tell me what's going through your mind here.
That I'm glad I'm getting my money.
Is this all about money in this family?
No, it's not really all about money. It's respect, too. You know, how could she do me like this? I'm her mother.
Mm-hmm. She said she loves her mom out here.
And I love her. At the end of the day, she's still my child.
Mm-hmm. Which means what's going to happen?
I hope we can get it together.
All right. I see some tears in your eyes.
Yes, because it hurts me.
All right. Let's go to Harvey now.
You know, I gotta say, even though it's tough suing your kid, it sends a message loud and clear. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.